Hi, my name is Damjan Savić. Most people treat their LinkedIn profile like a business card. You fill it out once, maybe when you're actively job hunting, and then you forget about it the moment you sign a contract. That's backwards. The profile you haven't touched in 2 years is exactly the one that fails you on the day you actually need it. Today, I'm showing you the system I run so that going from I need to apply to a fully tailored CV and cover letter takes minutes, not an evening. It's built on three things: LinkedIn, Obsidian, and Claude. LinkedIn is your source of truth, not an afterthought. Every position needs real detail, not just a job title, the actual responsibilities, the tech stack, the outcomes. If a role doesn't say what you built and with what, it's not doing any work for you. Skills matter more than people think. This is literally the field recruiters filter and search by. You can have incredible experience, but if the skill section is thin, you're invisible to the search that would have found you. Same goes for education. Don't leave it as a one-liner. The detail there is part of the same search profile. Use this to your advantage and turn it into a second brain, not a document you rebuild every single time. Once LinkedIn is solid, I go through it with Claude directly and ask something simple. What's missing? What else do you need to know about me? It reliably catches gaps I wouldn't have thought to fill in myself, a project I undersold, a skill I forgot to mention, context that explains a gap in the timeline. Everything consolidated goes into Obsidian. One canonical, complete version of my career I keep updated instead of recreating it from memory every single time I apply somewhere. Now we're going to build a reusable shell in Claude Design, which is going to help us with our CV and cover letter design. This is where it becomes reusable. Claude Design can take that consolidated profile and turn it into an actual design CV and cover letter. Not a Word template with placeholder text, a proper layout you control completely, built through conversation. After attaching a screenshot of my LinkedIn profile, I created a prompt in order to create a CV and the cover letter in English as HTML files, which we can then use as a template in order to create different variations of them. We're going to be using the Claude Sonnet 5 model with effort set to high. For the cover letter context, I added a job description which Claude is going to reference in order to generate the cover letter. Claude just got back to me with additional questions, stating that the screenshot is too low resolution to read the text, so I copied over the entire content from my LinkedIn profile into this box right here. And then we have the accent color, which I'd like to be red. Include a headshot, of course, and then all should be sans serif, which I'd like to use in order to keep the CV and cover letter quite modern and clean. Claude just opened up the canvas, and now we're going to see the first result. I'm asking for two templates in the same design language, one for the CV and one for the cover letter. Both pull from the same source information. That's the shell, and I only design it once. And here's the first version of our CV, as well as the cover letter, right here. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to tell Claude to use this image of myself, use the provided HTML template in order to generate a new version of the CV and cover letter. Claude is currently generating the updated version of the CV, and we're going to see what he's going to end up with. So here's the final version of the CV, and as you can see, page 1 and page 2 both look amazing. Then we have the cover letter right here, which basically summarizes your career path up until this point, tailored to the position you're applying for. Now the actual workflow. I find a job posting, hand it over to Claude, and Claude uses the templates we've generated in order to create a new cover letter tailored to the position we're applying for. Claude adjusts what the CV emphasizes towards what the specific role actually cares about and writes a cover letter in the same template that speaks to the posting directly, not a generic one with the company name swapped in. Real example, a posting for a software engineer position. I don't use Python that much, but React is definitely my daily driver when it comes down to front-end frameworks. We're just going to point out that I have a lot of experience when it comes down to Python and React, but then again, my tech stack revolves around Next.js, TypeScript, and Tailwind. So what we're going to do now, we're going to copy the entire content from the job posting and send it over to Claude. Back in Claude Design, we're going to tell Claude to create a cover letter adjusted to the job posting using the previously generated template. And Claude is now working on it to provide us with a cover letter that's tailored to the job posting we found. Here we have the final version of our cover letter for the job posting. And what we're going to do, we're going to tell Claude to use awesome Candice font family for the signature. After downloading the OTF file and providing Claude with it, I'm now able to use it for my signature. And as you can see, this is the final version of the cover letter. Now, what we can do is to click on Share and download it as a PDF file. I'm on Windows, and that's why I'm going to use Control-P in order to print the HTML file as a PDF file and save it to my desktop. Now you've seen the entire workflow. A system is only as good as what feeds it, so a few things I keep running in the background. Update LinkedIn at least once a month, not just when you're looking. Keep the CV always current, not the version is from 2 jobs ago plus a few edits. Stay in a loose, ongoing conversation with recruiters in your field. They get paid when they place someone at a company, so staying visible to them costs you nothing. And every so often they put something in front of you that you'd never have found on your own. This is never really a job hunting system. It's an always ready system. The actual work, writing, maintaining, staying in touch, happens continuously in small pieces so that on the day you need a finished application, you're not starting cold. And that day can come with no warning. A layoff, a restructuring, a role that just isn't it anymore. If your situation changes overnight, you're not scrambling to remember what you did 3 years ago. You already have the relationships, the templates, and the process, which means you walk into any conversation with a company from a position of, I have options, not I need this. My name is Damjan Savić. Thank you for watching. If this was helpful, subscribe for more AI and development tutorials. See you in the next video.